Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Taurus June 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and I've done a number of clairvoyant readings for you from different parts of the world, haven't I, over the course of the last month, as well as healings. Now, of course, readings I charge for, I have to, but healings are free. But, of course, you should seek medical attention at the same time, which I think I'm required to say by law in different parts of the world. Now, what we do know, and the subscribers know, and wonderful to see you subscribers, I'm going out to have lunch today. I have a play date with a lady, or a play up date, maybe. And so I'm looking forward to getting some good seafood and some wine for lunch after this. Now, as the subscribers know, we don't have any video advertisements breaking their way into this content, so you get to enjoy it uninterrupted. And as the subscribers also know, we just need to take 5 cards, because 5 speaks volumes to us. They tell us everything that you need to know during this month for what's ahead. So let's take them, shall we, and get the reading underway. And the first is, what? 10 of Wands. This is 3 of Swords. This is 1 of Discs. 1. That's a good number, 1. Not a 0. Did you know there's actually no such thing as a circle? I mean, I know it looks like there is, but if you take the... Oh, well, it's all to do with the irrational number of pi. It never ends, and so you can't ever say that there is a circle completed. But that's beside the point, I guess, isn't it? Master of Discs, which is what makes circles so very interesting in occult circles, if I may say that. And as the Master of Discs, finally, what do we have here for you? Well, clearly it's you, and you are whom? The Earth Mother. Well, as we normally do, why don't you come now? Come sit down here. We'll have a good close look at the imagery on the cards together while I do the reading for you. Let's see now an interesting spread, getting away from aggravation there. Enormous power and energy bringing forth material abundance in your life. Luxury coming about, and a deep connection, emotional connection and creativity. But let's unpack some of this, shall we, and look at this 10 of Wands. I wish people wouldn't put titles on cards. This says no self. And I suppose the oneness that you have before you come here is the state of no self. And that is, in a sense, portrayed in this painting by the fact that the person and the environment are made of the same substance. Now, in the center of the heart of the figure is a prism. And you know how if you put light into a prism, it splits out into all the colors of the rainbow, as you can see there? Then this is the same way. Is like people ask me what the divine is, and I say the divine is being. That's what the divine is. It is being. And here you see being refracted into all the different things that make up the tangible world. But the experience of no self, I guess, is a reminder of the underlying wholeness and unity of everything in creation. Now, the astrology of this card is, for me, in the position that it's in, is Saturn coming into Sagittarius. Now, is that a great astrological connection? Well, it is, if you understand that Saturn is about guiding you along your soul's path in life, about what you have come here to do, bringing you back, always bringing you back in when, say, from Sagittarius' point of view, you want to run off and do this or chase that or have relations with whomever. And the lesson here is to recognize and address your outgrown karmic patterns, I think. That's what Saturn is doing in Sagittarius here. It's bringing you back slowly to understand what you probably don't even realize is your life's purpose. See, the trouble is when we come down the birth canal, we forget everything that came before. Now, this energy can bring with it the heavy burdens of life, but importantly, it also brings the opportunity to connect with your soul self and find your life's true path to freedom and liberation. And I think that this is what you are going through. You are saying, how do I become free? You are, as the Sagittarius always wants to be, free. You are the driver of your physical vehicle, of course, and what happens to you on this earth plane is always unpredictable. But if you keep your center, your heart, mind, and spirit together in alignment with one another, and if you stay balanced with your daily activities, you will navigate through any challenge successfully at this time. So listen to your core. Now, the suit of wands, of course, is fire, and it's a fiery masculine energy that sometimes needs to be contained and balanced, and see, Sagittarius is a fire sign as well. And what's happening is that Saturn is containing it. It's bringing it back onto the road that you have been born to travel on here. It is balancing here, and it's allowing you to express yourself and what you do in a productive way. Now, the number 10, that refers to completion and new beginnings. And I think the Ten of Wands mission here for you has come in to empower you to the next stage of growth. Now let's have a look at the card that is touching on it diagonally, which is this One of Discs, which in many respects is one of my favorite cards here. Now with this One of Discs, it's got you all over it. So does this Healer of Discs when we get to it. But I think what we also have here is what you have is the beginning of something. See, the aces inhabit that world which is between heaven and earth. The One of Discs, or the Ace as I call it, is about new beginnings in the world of your daily life. And the egg is the perfect symbol for it, I guess. Gemini is important to you as well. So is, I think, Aries at this time. Now, there is what I think here, the fact that the egg includes both the seed of the new form of the things that are coming into your life and the nourishment that supports its development. In a sense, for me, this is the highest manifestation card in the tarot deck. It brings you the opportunity and energy to be successful, experiencing a feeling of wealth in your internal and external worlds. Now, this Ace promises success and happiness in all ventures. And it says the gift of physical and spiritual connection is always available. Now, the key to this energy is blending your spiritual ideas with the world of matter, creating something unique to you. The gift of this Ace is about manifestation. Things happen. Now, I think that this is asking you to pay attention to the path you are walking on. Is your mind, heart, spirit, and physical being working together in harmony? Take time to ask, see, listen, and feel. When this Ace enters, as it has done, good things are on the way. The planted seeds of your dreams and visions begin to blossom into manifestation. Good fortune, prosperity, abundance, and security, they're coming to you. Conditions are excellent to launch new ideas or projects. This very supportive energy offers the opportunity to change things for the better. Now, it can bring financial gain, a degree of wealth. Certainly it brings success, security, and stability. And it symbolizes the body and soul working in balance, bringing recovery and well-being. I think it also indicates a lasting relationship that will continually deepen. This inspires you to work with the land, to get soil under your fingernails, as it brings a very grounding energy and creating peace in your inner and outer worlds. Well, let's continue down the diagonal, shall we, and go to the Earth Mother, the Queen of Life. Well, I would agree with that. Let's see what is here, shall we? And what's the painting got for us? Well, it kind of sums everything up here, really, because the Earth Mother, so-called, is celebrating life. She is both pregnant with new life, see this little baby growing inside of her there, and in loving relationship with the child who sits before her down there. Now, of course, this is traditionally called the Empress, yet the qualities usually attributed to her are not so much those of a ruler as those of a parent, being able to nurture, comfort, extend love to others and provide for their needs. Now here she is an Earth Mother because she lives close to the soil and nature, and you, of course, are the fixed sign of soil, aren't you? And it is primarily the two qualities of parental caretaker and being connected to the natural world that make her so special for you this month. Well, the daughter of the mighty ones is what I call her. Now, there's a lot of Venus here, which is good for you because Venus is your ruling planet, as you well know. And this is speaking to me of, I'm getting a feeling, well, obviously because of this thing here, but it's coincidental that that's there because the energy that I'm getting is pregnancy, fertility. That could also be about creating new things. I think that you'll become in touch with the beauty in your life. You may well be exploring a relationship with your mother or with a maternal figure, or you could be acting as a maternal figure or mother to somebody else. Certainly, at this time anyway, I think you'll have a very caring personality, and this is reminding you that spirituality is expressed from the heart and not from the head. There's a great degree of beauty around here. People are going to be very attracted to you. There's love, motherliness, femininity, or wisdom. There's a sexiness here. Well, I don't know what it is, but it's sort of getting a great sexual... People are going to be very sexually attracted to you. But there's a great degree of fertility around here, so just be careful that you get the idea. But there's also the feeling here of you fulfilling your potential and having successful business. There's good opportunities coming your way. You know, the beauty that you see in others, which attracts them to you, to them, is a beauty that you carry within yourself. You understand that? You are in the process of unfolding and evolving your attractiveness. Now, this might be the right time to work through and clarify any unresolved mother conflicts. You could also ask yourself whether there is a beautiful, strong woman from whom you would like to learn. Maybe visualize your ideal woman and write down her most important qualities and try to find these in others and yourself. Certainly this is the time to surround yourself with beauty and abundance, but this is going to be happening also here. I can see it, and it's happening all over the place. And say to yourself, I give and I receive wisely. I realize that the capacity to receive is equally as powerful as the capacity to give. I value the healing power of beauty, harmony, and love, and I am filled with power and beauty. Well, what is above her in the spread? It's the Three of Swords. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Now, what's here? An interesting looking painting going on. Well, I'm looking at the three, The three, when I see a three, well, you can imagine a triangle, can't you? That has three sides. And the visual representation of the number three is a triangle, I suppose. And we can actually see that here in the butterfly. That looks like a triangle. That looks like a triangle. The overall shape of this butterfly is triangular. And the butterfly itself is composed of several triangles. Well, the butterfly is a symbol of spirit evolving out of denser forms and a movement towards freedom for you. Now, the butterfly, I guess, is the perfect symbol for this, in a sense, because just as a butterfly goes from one flower to another, gathering nectar from each, you can move from one point of view to another. You can flit around at the moment and gather insight and gain a more inclusive understanding or outlook and become freer. Now, I think that this is true whether the different points of view are being said by different people or held by you internally. Now, you always have a choice about how to look at something. Noticing that you are stuck in a familiar thought pattern and stepping back to gain a larger perspective, well, that's always helpful. Now, the astrology of this card and the energy of it, let me just see it, it's there. It's above the earth monitor, one of discs, healer of discs. That is here, Saturn again. Saturn in Libra. Now, well, the first thing I'll say is that this card is often a portent of aggravation, stress, painful memories, pain, suffering, disappointment, everything like that. I don't think it is for you this month because, of course, for me, as those who have followed me know, that the meanings depend on how the cards interact with one another. And the Earth card here is dampening down this air card, is in short, and this, of course, is Earth here. Now, as I say, it is Saturn in Libra. Libra is exalted, Saturn is exalted in Libra. Now, Venus, of course, rules your sign, doesn't it, Taurus? But Venus also rules Libra. So, although people might think that Saturn is cold, restrictive, dense, it's known as the Great Malefic in the zodiac. I think the fact that it is exalted here in Venus's home of Libra, Venus makes Saturn an honored guest, and Saturn calms right down. And it just goes about doing things which are going to help you rather than hurt you. And what it is saying that, look, I understand that you may have some painful memories that are being held in the mind and your precious heart that need to be looked at, accepted, processed, and let go so that you can heal. And this is encouraging you, this energy, to empty the sadness that's lingering in your heart from the past. Now, the silver lining here is that, well, if it needs a silver lining, because it is cleansing here, this is cleansing your mind. It's in the Suit of Swords, which is about the mind. It's cleansing your mind and your heart from the heaviness of life's pain. It's bringing truth and clarity to situations, relationships, or issues that have been in denial. And it changes the focus off old emotional wounds and defeating thoughts to where you are now, which is here at this time with this energy, a really good place to be. Now, of course, cleansing here doesn't necessarily mean that it's an easy process, but the rewards are just outstanding. And cleansing gives you a sense of lightness and strength. The cleanse of this 3 here detoxes and rejuvenates your spirit, so a new identity and a new perspective can emerge which supports you going forward. Now that takes us finally, I think, doesn't it? Did we do? Yeah, we came down that diagonal, didn't we? To this healer of discs, healing the planet. Well, good. The planet, I'm sure, can look after itself in many respects. My interest is in you. And let's see what there is here. Now, what I can take from this is that we see the planet Earth rising over the horizon. But seeing that sparkling blue jewel that we live on really gives you a sense of awe and thanks, doesn't it? Just as it did for the astronauts, I suppose. Now, the dolphins are not only in the oceans, but they're also up here in the sky for some reason. Maybe that suggests that dolphins are also present in other dimensions. But I think that this has got you written all over it, of course, and I think Aries is going to be important to you as well. Now, this energy here is really manifesting material and spiritual wealth, a sense of wealth in your environment. Now, this healer, I'll call it, although there's nobody there, is really knows that the key to prosperity and health is through love and trust, self-love and self-trust, working in unison with and respect for the land and all of its inhabitants. Now, this energy embraces and asks you to embrace all of life's experience, being, good or bad. It's all part of the path that leads you to the divine marriage that you've done, where you have spirit and matter together. Now, your path to date, I think, has taught you that love, compassion and understanding with connection to nature can actually bring you well-being. This is a time when I see generosity, honesty, passion, and fertility again with you here. Now, you will be very sensual. I'll be frank. Your sexual impulses are going to be turned to full. And this is a symbolizing, I guess, of the divine queen, the mother nature, the earthly aspect of this earth mother. She's taking it a bit further because she's adding all the sex to it as well. But not just sex, I have to say. Now, she could be a mother, a wife, a sibling, a lover, a friend. Now, of course, these court cards can be of either gender. I should make that, I always do that. And I don't want you to get the idea that, so it could be a male as well. But there is a friend here also that is steadfast, compassionate and caring. And through your love, nurturing and devotion, you are going to bring about life, enjoyment of life, beauty, and healing to any barren situations. Now, this energy has arrived and it brings with it the gifts of abundance and material gain. It is going to raise your self-esteem by reconnecting to the soul self. Now, I think this signals the start of a creative period to develop and explore projects or ideas. Again, I'm getting a great sense of pregnancy and motherhood around here. New relationships are likely to come about, or an existing one becomes much more intimate and sensual. Now, home, family, and community could become very important. You'll be inspired to create a peaceful, nourishing, and comforting environment around you. You will also be inspired to work on your inner garden and weed out what is not supporting you. and love and nurture the things that bring you true inner happiness. I think she's bringing comfort and healing here, this energy, and encourages you to spend time in nature by reconnecting with its energy and cycles. Realize the vast opportunities that are available to you now. There is a great sense of enjoyment of fashion, beauty, surroundings, food, wine, sex, the enjoyment of all the comfort and luxuries of life. These are things which are going to be around, and they're enjoyable. So this energy is one that is very spiritual, but it also understands that this life is for living. And if anybody, if I may say, with respect, if anybody knows how to live life, it's you, isn't it? So also recognize the divine essence that life holds within it. Well, what a particularly interesting spread of cards for you. Good job, you. I really enjoy doing your readings for you each month, honestly, truly I do. I love, look at that was a great reading, I thought, for you. I think there's some great things in store for you this month. And don't you deserve it? Really you do. And now look, unless I see you privately during the course of the month over the next few weeks, then I'll see you again next month. Now, until I see you, remember one thing and one thing only, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.